Hey guys, Roygo here, and welcome to another episode of Danganronpa. We are continuing where we last left off. We are in Chapter 4. We are doing the 4th class trial. Now, if you haven't seen the last episode, make sure you go check it out. But basically in the last episode, we got through the basics for Chapter 4. The basic stuff that was happening. Sakura dead. She very dead. So we gotta figure out who killed her. I don't really know yet who that could be, but we could find out in a bit. Also, like to say before this video starts, hope you all are enjoying the new year. I hope you're all enjoying 2024. I'm recording this on the last day of 2023, so since this will probably get posted in 2024, hope you guys are having a great new year so far. But anyways, I should probably just jump right into this. This is going to take like 2 hours like it always does, because these trials are way too long, so let's finish. I think I got it. I don't remember that much from the investigation, but I think I got the basic gist of it. I think I got it. I think I'm good, you know.
Your votes will determine the results.
I don't remember anything. I'm screwed.
Who done it? Then only they will receive punishment.
Can you actually fail these?
You pick the wrong one.
Like, is there actually a way where, like, you suck so much that you actually die and just get hit with, like, oh, you lose, bad ending, restart the game?
Then I'll punish everyone.
That'd be cool if I actually did that. It's like, wow, this idiot doesn't know the answer. Well, time for execution.
Now then.
Time to kill everyone, because you are stupid.
I already know who did it.
Whoa. Deja vu.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We have like the
The
three
one who killed
basic
Sakura
people,
is one of the
right?
people that hated
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone. No way.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
He didn't seem really sure that one of those three is the killer. Must have some reason for believing that. I wonder what it could be. What about the notes they were got? Yeah, Makoto's like, I really don't know what reason she could have. Is it the thing that she told me at the beginning of the investigation, or no?
And what reason do you have?
Okay, is it right click to do? Yeah, it's right click to do the like
Because you
small,
all had a
little,
motive.
shoot the little small
You
words
hated her.
like those and those.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
So am I basically just having to go through the three of them and just pick out which one of them did it?
Another reason you
Or is it
suspect
none of
is
them?
Because Sakura
That could be
wanted to
true.
meet with them, right?
It could be none of them.
And that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. Does that mean one of them did it? Yeah, I don't know about that. What if I killed her? I could have. Who knows? Oh yeah, I forgot, because Hiro kind of had the candy, but technically he couldn't have gotten it unless he met up with it.
Sakura wanted to meet with all three
A little
of them.
sus.
There's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is
Yeah, they give you
absolutely
way
guilty.
too much time with this. I'm just
I
saying,
don't
way too
deny
much
that
time.
She wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw.
No, that's wrong.
There we go. And clearly it's not actually Hiro, because then this trial would be 20
Kira.
seconds long.
When we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white.
The
with
piece
red
of paper
polka
said,
dots.
I killed Sakura.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before that.
Hiro's talking like he even doesn't know when he got it. He's like, yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, I think that's when I got it. I don't know. What Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura can have only gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is Here I got the candy from me. Sakura got the candy. Yeah, that one.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it. I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room.
That's crazy. I just
Got
remembered
trouble
that.
with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
That's crazy that he just remembered all of a
We
sudden.
just talked. That's all. I didn't do anything. You gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
More hostile.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What does shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it.
What are you saying? No way! How did he do it?
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
There's so many contradictions with what Hiro just said.
Hiro, hold on.
There's so many. One, that isn't Sakura's dying message because her hands were clean. Two, Hiro was never allowed at the crime scene. So how the hell did he see that message? There's a lot of contradictions.
Message of hers.
Huh?
Thank you, Kyoko.
When we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Hold on. When Kyoko found the magazine with a dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf. It wasn't just sitting out in the open.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Clearly, he's freaking hiding something. Okay, what I got you? What I got you?
Exactly when
I'm
I
right.
found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message, it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
This is a dying message when you first found the body, but at the time, what was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was
Why
discovered.
do you think
I can tell you when it was only after the investigation I found the magazine.
We
tucked
picked this
away
up.
on the magazine
I'm gonna hold on to that.
Hold it out.
What's your
We're gonna go
problem?
back
I
to the
said
beginning.
makes total sense.
Will this work?
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was.
Let's try it. It works.
No.
Cool. We got it. It's always kind of difficult to figure out when you have to pick up
When
something and
Sakura's
throw it at
body
someone
was
else.
found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it. After we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene. So there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko.
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt. She wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Are you that dumb, bud? Okay, we're already doing one of these now. Alright. Oh god, what is it to reload?
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
It's tab, okay, thank god.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is
Oh god, I gotta reload.
bullcrap.
Okay, this camera run out.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Final strike.
Show me the proof.
Yep.
This should prove it.
We're also like 10 minutes into the trial and we already have to do a freaking bullet time battle?
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Damn, alright. Appreciate your honesty. Make this way
He
easier.
admits it.
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Alright. You're main to killing here. Alright. Case closed. Trial's over. Alright. Get the execution going. We out of here. We're going.
Please, just let me
Quick,
explain what happened.
freaking sped run this trial.
I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there,
Sorry, but you mind waiting as a couple others and people to meet as well. Okay. Like a piece of candy might help give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks.
and that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you. You're the worst. I hope you die.
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now,
I don't know
right?
if he actually
We know
did
who
kill
did
her.
it.
No.
I
think
don't
there's
know
more
about
to
this.
Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else
What
could
about
be?
there being more pieces, more broken pieces in one bottle? What about the weird handprints on the locker? What about the freaking protein thing that was placed above the glass that was there? What about the poison being on Sakura's freaking shoe?
There's
What about the
one thing
vomiting
that
blood?
Hiro's story just now
There's
doesn't
a lot.
explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
What is it that Hiro did that? Doesn't make sense. It would have done. What he would have had to do after writing the message doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, why the magazine was hidden.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying. He's gotta be lying.
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then who was it?
Well, it's clearly
If
Toko,
they went
right?
to the trouble of hiding
Clearly.
the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
So I wouldn't have liked what was written on. There's no choice. I had to have been Toko.
A gun! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean? What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. I have to prove that. Well, first things first, there's clear evidence that Sakura was hit 2 times and Hiro just hit her once. So clearly that's a problem right there.
I didn't want
Let's switch to this.
I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
There we go.
No, he's wrong.
Well then clearly if you only hit her once, how the hell does she have 2 wounds? Because someone else hit her.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice.
Wow, no
What's
shit,
more,
Sherlock.
Both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles.
Yeah, maybe it's because there's 2 weirdly convenient empty spaces that were clearly where bottles were supposed to be. There's clearly
Once
2
you
missing bottles,
understand that
just by looking at that.
You'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy.
By looking at the empty space where the bottles were. You don't need to do anything. Look,
you look at
empty
what the
spot
bottles
there,
all have
empty
in
spot
common,
there.
it
2
should
empty
become
spots. Correlation between the Monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be the object the Monokuma bottle, the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Or just look at the empty space on the shelf and you would tell that 2 bottles are missing, but alright. I gotta do this. I mean, a chess piece. Yeah, alright. Tell the freaking chess. Alright, give me that. Give me that. Give me an S. Alright. Give me a P. There. Give me an E. Give me E. Come on. E. No, not A. Not B. Not. Okay, no. There. E. Give me another E. Give me another one. Another E. Come on. Come on. Come on. There it is. There we go.
Now I understand.
Now I get it.
That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah, Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing is broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
Well, there's a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is Kyoko and I figured out before. Okay, where? The experiment.
I got it!
There we go.
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
Also, if you're being smart about this, couldn't you have just taken as many pieces as you can? You know? Because, I don't know, I feel like you could have been smart about it and taken more pieces than you'd think, just to make sure you don't have not enough.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that a second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. Must have been used by her second attacker.
Got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Oh, really now? You
Okay,
just remembered
fine.
something now.
Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
Oh, so now you're gonna say that. Cool, thank you. You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
Yeah, that would've been pretty freaking good information earlier.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
Well, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that it shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. We're doing another bullet time battle? Alright, what is it? Yourself on the final circle without second thought. From now on, you're gonna have to pay a little bit extra attention. You have to choose the proper truth bullet to use. Oh, come on. And not such. Alright. Okay. Cool. We're like 20 minutes in. I have to do 2 frickin' bullet time battles. Really.
It's a lie.
At least I remember the controls.
I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough. I admit nothing. I curse you.
Okay, which one? Locker. You know, locker handbrake.
This should
There we
prove
go.
it.
It takes so long for it to switch to a different bullet, so you have to just sit there and be like, hurry up, switch.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura! No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her, you mean?
Guess it's back!
It was your
Don't you look
fault after
confused?
all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that, and, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who...
Also, Hina, you're talking to a serial killer. I don't think you're really gonna get the "you're terrible" out of her, because that's a serial killer.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good? You're talking like that, and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
For sure you have some words for Hero on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Not yet?
Yeah, there's still a lot of other stuff that hasn't been explained. I don't think it's
there
Toku
was
either.
something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell
Well,
us your
yeah, it
story
wasn't.
one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? Who killed Sakura is... Okay, is everyone just gonna take turns freaking saying they killed Sakura? Like, first Hero, then Toko. Who's the next? Who wants to have their turn next? Who is it?
I was just sleeping peacefully.
Yellow powder...
All of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me.
I don't know, I'll say it
Waking
this.
up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taking taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Oh. If you killed her right there on the shelf, then how the hell does her body move to the chair?
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So,
It still doesn't
you
explain her
finally
vomiting blood as well.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
It has to be it. The evidence that proves there's an attack in front of the magazine shelf. The giant splatter of blood right in front of there.
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the lockers because I saw for myself. She wasn't in there.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
I feel like this trial, I don't know how far we are into the trial, but I don't know why. I feel like it's going by really fast. Because everyone's like, oh, I killed her. No, you didn't. All right, okay, so I killed her then. Oh, no, you're not. I feel like we're making a lot of progress. I don't know how long this is, but I feel like we're going by fast.
Then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How did you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? Another possible explanation. Maybe it's the blood she's vomiting. Why is no one talking about the vomit of blood? That seems important.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot toward...
No, it's wrong.
But clearly, you're once again, no one's talking about the blood vomit.
According to the Monokuma
No one talking
file,
about bloody vomit.
Sakura had vomited
Also,
blood.
real quick, let me check this real quick. I just remembered something. If I go down to here, what's with this? Because you have to remember, this is the powder from the chem lab. This is the powder from the poison that got spilled. So, if the poison was spilled all the way in the chem lab, how the hell is there powder on Sakura's shoe? Here's what I'm thinking. Maybe Sakura was the one who spilled the poison. It wasn't... What if she just freaking got the poison? What if she was the one who got it and she just drank it herself? That's what I'm thinking. Because then otherwise, if she didn't, then why is the poison on her shoe? I don't know, I just feel like that's the only explanation for the poison being on her shoe, is that she just drank the poison herself. This is just a suicide.
I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I
That's just
mean,
what I think. I don't know if
maybe
it's
when
true or
she
not. That's
took
just
the
my
files, she
guess at
blew
this
out her
point.
mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knee!
She was poisoned? It isn't possible.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? And I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Well, poison backer showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. On the same shelf as all the supplements. I'm positive. Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and
Master!
we're so shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do is stand there and watch. As if it were the most natural thing in the world. Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Byakuya took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. Touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't
Imagine if he
poison
grabbed the
in bottle.
wrong bottle and it wasn't the one with protein. He's like, here, let me show you this. Chugs a bottle of poison, just bam, flops dead on the ground. Hey, another body's been discovered. Found another one.
Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Wild poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that conversely, the poison must have been in, could it be the protein can, whatever it was that was in the crime scene? You know, the one that was weirdly placed? Alright, yeah, protein drink. Alright, okay, let me wait. Where's it? Okay. R-O, needed T. E. Alright, protein drink. There we go.
Now I understand.
Now I get it.
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched, so the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. The protein drink.
I got it!
Clearly.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
I kinda agree with him. Yeah, she got poisoned. But I kind of disagree with how she got poisoned. I kind of think she kind of just like chugged down the bottle herself. Like chugged down the poison bottle herself as if it's frickin' New Year's and that's some frickin' alcohol.
No? I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Okay, actually, yeah, even if Sakura did drink the poison herself, someone did still swap the mixtures. The evidence that shows who switched them, it has to be really found in front of the shelf. The footprints? Could it be the footprints?
I got it.
Well, it's probably Hina, right? Was she the one who swapped it? That's the only one I could think of. Because, like, Hiro bonked her on the head and dipped. Toko bonked her on the head and dipped. Byakuya never showed up. I know Kyoko... Why would Kyoko kill? I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Maybe Hina, like, showed up... Maybe she lied when she found Sakura and actually, like, witnessed firsthand, like, her locking the room and drinking the poison. Since she was like, oh, I gotta hide this, and then she, like, swapped them out, you know? That could also explain why the protein drink was placed, like, on top of the broken glass from the door. I don't know. I feel like I'm starting to understand
That's
this.
the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind.
But also the footprints, you don't understand. If they would have gone for poison, they would have gone to, you know, where the actual poison is in Section C. There's literally not a single piece of footprints in Section C. I'm just saying.
And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Got it right. Called it. She didn't kill Sakura, I'll say. She swapped out the mixtures. She didn't kill her, though. Sakura still probably killed herself.
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Oh, that's where this trial's going. Okay, so now it's Hina's turn to say she killed Sakura. Alright.
Yep.
Attempt number 3.
I did it. I killed Sakura.
Alright, third person.
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, only people wearing... Oh, the only people wearing sneakers here are me and Hina. Oh, that's why that would make sure it's Hina, because we're the only 2 people wearing sneakers.
Oh, so Byakuya, that explains why you...
Yeah, that's why he asked me, like, oh, are these yours? Here, are these your footprints?
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
I will say, if I'm right about Sakura killing herself, that means even frickin' Byakuya was tricked, because he's all in on Hina's the killer.
This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the 2 of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I'm not
She deceived you very well, because she isn't the killer.
This was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Is it true? Did you really kill
I'm waiting for someone to
Sakura?
jump in, because I really
And
don't
if
think
you
Hina's the
did,
killer.
Why?
I don't think
Why
she's
would
the
you
killer
do
at all.
that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim
Thank
she
you.
wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves, just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
Yes,
No, it
that's
doesn't.
like the whole point
But the
here.
fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not. Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody
I don't know
else
about
to
that
suspect.
one, buddy.
Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away, I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
If that's true, is that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
This is starting to get really easy.
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being
I don't know why. The trial started off like a little bit of like, ooh, this is kind of confusing, and now it's getting like extremely easy
It's the
towards the end.
same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Which I will do right now. Alrighty, footprints. I already know I need the footprints. Come on, let me switch. Footprint.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Damn, we got a lot of freaking steps here.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then
I moved from Section C.
to section.
Where the footprints at? You just said you were too clumsy that you didn't realize you left footprints. Why no footprints from C to A? Why only
You
A?
said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movement?
No, that can't be it.
If she
Remember
just
what Hina
said
just said?
she was being clumsy and didn't know that there's footprints there.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A, so you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
A piece of glass from the window.
It had sunk to
Oh.
the bottom, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it, huh?
Yeah, I got this.
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Sure, like with glass, Kyoko found the bottle of poison. I think I remember now. I broke something in the same shade of blue. The rec room window. That means the bottle of poison was in the rec room when we first went in.
From the rec room door, right? The window? The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where is it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us, it should have already been on Section A.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked, there's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked, but how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. Proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. I love Byakuya's reaction is, wait a minute, how do you know the answer to something I don't know the answer of?
When it comes to that protein can,
See, empty, yeah, the empty
there's
protein
not a
can.
doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked.
It's because there's glass underneath it.
Absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time.
Nah, I don't think so.
It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
No, that's wrong.
So I think what happened Or at least, what
You
I
remember
think
how there was
happened
broken glass scattered all around
was
the room,
we
right?
walked into the rec room at first, broke the window of the rec room, busted in, Sakura's dead. While we were back there, Hina must have noticed the bottle of poison sitting on the ground, and she was like, okay, let me switch them out. So he took the poison when she went to go get everybody, switched them out, brought everyone back, and then when everyone was all focused on Sakura, she was like, alright, I'm just gonna place it on the ground.
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what
There
it
we go,
was.
yup.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
When we got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room, had to have been Sakura.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Well, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. I have to hit Hina with it and I have to make her accept it. I have to do another oh my god. This is the third bullet time. Alright, here we go.
You're a liar!
Also, why is she so obsessed with making sure we all lose? Why does Hina want to get everyone killed? Can we like talk about that real quick? Can you bring that up?
You're a liar!
It's a little weird.
You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong!
Okay, it should be the yellow powder, and I have it already. Alright, there we go.
This should prove it.
Because clearly, the poison powder being on Sakura's shoe shows that she was the one who spilled the powder in the first place.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
Akino, please stop. You didn't kill her. Still don't know why she's still so obsessed with having everyone die and lose. The one that killed Sakura, the connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. The only that honestly makes sense. The only person who could have killed Sakura was Sakura.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room. And she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, Sakura wanted to create the locked room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's where you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the bottle.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
Actually, yeah, you'd think that once you first see your best friend, like, dead, you would be, like, more sad and like, oh, this is terrible, rather than her just being, yeah, I should probably just go get the others, you know, I'm just gonna go do that real quick.
But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
See, that's when she placed the protein can on the ground.
While everyone else
protein
was
drink
focused
or
on
whatever.
Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence. The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison, vital pieces of evidence. And yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Okay, closing argument. Yeah, this trial is going by way faster than the other ones. I'm liking it. I'm liking that this one's way shorter. Alright, how many pages? We got 10 pages. Okay, so, quick run through. They give us 20 minutes for this. Okay, Sakura leaves a note. He left one for Hiro, left one for Toko, and left one to Byakuya as well. Then, Toko was the first one to show up. She didn't want to deal with Sakura, so she hid in the locker. So then, while she was hiding in the locker, Hiro first showed up, and then he was like, oh no, Sakura's gonna kill me. So he grabbed a bottle, bonked her on the head with it, and broke it. And he's like, oh crap, I killed her. I gotta write Toko's name on the magazine. And he ran away. And Toko saw all this, and then she got out of the locker. And then it was like, oh god, why would he write this? And she tried to hide it and placed it back in the magazine shelf, and then she placed it upside down. Is that? Yeah, it is. Place she upside down, and then she saw Sakura with all the blood. She fainted. Just like Jack came out, was like, "Oh God, why is this person in my face?" So then he grabbed the bottle, and then she broke a bottle there, and she's like, "Oh, I killed her." And she cleaned it all up and ran away. And then Sakura, after, honestly, props to her to surviving 2 blows to the head from a bottle. She then was like, "All right, time for me to die now." And then she grabbed the poison, chugged it down, and then she dies there. And then we all pulled up to the place. And they're like, "Oh God, she's dead." And then this was Hina's, and she was like, "Oh, there's a bottle on the ground." So she picked it up, she went over to the chem lab, switched all of them out, and then took the protein thing and placed it there. I think that's it. I think, yeah, we're good.
Sure is you. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko, she got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide.
Also, I just kind of realized,
And
why
that
are they?
same
Hold on.
someone quietly snatched the
Are they
bottle
gonna
of
kill
poison from
Hina?
off the ground.
Because they're giving her the blackened treatment, which is they make her the freaking grayed out person. Are they gonna kill Hina for doing this? Is Monica just gonna be like, yeah, you technically had something to do with it, you're gonna execute? Because otherwise, why is she
And
like
while
grayed out?
nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Here's the difference. I'm smart. You're not.
Huh?
That is basically about it.
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Wow, we're done. Yeah, that's easily the fastest class trial we've done yet. It took like only an hour. That's pretty fast for this game. Normally it's like at least an hour and a half. Nice, another 102 medals that I'm never gonna use. Thank you, game. I really appreciate it.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Actually, look at Monokuma. You can even tell that he's mad because he's like, I can't kill anyone because no one's the killer. Who could it be? It was Sakura! Yeah, we did it! Yeah, we finally did it. Cool. And once again, I'm assuming he's not gonna kill anyone, right? Because no one's a killer. I'm assuming. Yeah, that's right. When you killed Sakura, it was Sakura herself. Okay, we're done here.
What did you
It's
say?
the whole truth. Huh, I see. Just the one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why'd you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What do you think?
Why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is
Because it's exactly what I wanted. What? And the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into her corner. Okay, hold on. Don't rope me into it with these people. They pushed you into her corner. I didn't do that. I was kind of backing her up this whole time. Don't throw me in this group. Can't see what. So you all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been
Can't
the
let her
one
be
to
the
die.
only one that died.
What?
I don't mean you're gonna take us all with you. You have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. For serious, that's...
What is
I
this?
don't understand. Let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura's carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... found on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Gensai Jacket attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. Ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. Now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness.
Tried to protect me, but because of me.
I can't
My
forgive
closest friend
this.
got hurt. Sakura,
I...
because of me. My friends are all going to kill each other. It's all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. She asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you. Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy. They're friends. Sakura. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood she was a friend to all of us. And yet, Imagine everyone was like, oh yeah, my bad. Not my fault. Trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. That was just a misunderstanding. Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you. You even listened to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. Instead of just waiting to be killed, I'd do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
Oh, damn, she was there? Oh, alright. Wait, right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Like some protein. Can I ask you to... Yeah, you got it. Just hold on, hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. That's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the protein shelf, Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. By the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Mian, please open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. She got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness, that's normal. And yet, I all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that'll just add to the weight she had to carry. I didn't even realize it. He killed her, all of us. Pushed her into a corner, and we murdered her. People like I shouldn't be allowed to live. That's why he tried to lead us astray. Did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. Even that got found out in the end. I wasn't able to do anything for her. I never face her after this.
Hey!
Sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but
Hey!
it's taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what your suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me...
In other words,
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
yes,
What do you
indeed.
think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. But Hina already...
Too bad.
I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
What then? You lied to me? Don't
unbeatable.
say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well,
Can't help
well,
if you
well,
totally
well.
took my little scribbles as face value. Didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... Not filthy, I didn't do anything. I falsify evidence, I affect the outcome of the class trial. The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Like, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process, okay? And scene, cut.
And
So what did she write in her phone? Actually, yeah, this is really just tampering evidence. Like, this doesn't seem fair at all.
What are you gonna
I'm glad
do?
you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrative voice.
Hey,
You know, having you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
but hold on.
Isn't it just so unfortunate killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
enough already.
Can you get on with it, please?
Yes,
Okay,
indeed.
okay, geez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem. Good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I have to do it like this, but... you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
See, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
I might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. Because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the
And
mastermind.
what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither of the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind, more than anything.
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel. That's why, Sakura.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
Perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
The betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get the situation under control. To fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I'll do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands I kill someone, then that someone will be me. My dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
Never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
And Sakura, didn't you feel cornered? She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. It's the path I have chosen. It's the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. Oh yeah, about that. Not really. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. Can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I want you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully, then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else, no matter what. Just survive.
Damn, it's a long note. This is... I don't understand how she felt, not at all. Thought we were close, and still.
What are you gonna
In
do?
the end, all your meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys would try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
What?
Because you may just remember, we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. It's all because of our misplaced hatred. I don't blame her, I can't blame her. Nobody can blame Hina either. What? Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else. What the heck? That's not how it's supposed to go. Anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other. Absolutely right about that. Lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you? It's a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I'm bowing out of the game. Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fears of this game.
Don't make me
There's no point in participating in the game which has lost that sense of excitement. That's why I will no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? I have only one thing to look forward to, and that is to heap the harshest possible punishment only onto the one who thinks they can control me. Yakia, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I've been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. If the master goes I go, and if the master turned out to be a guy, then maybe I'd catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey.
Now that can you say that Sakura's death has no meaning? How boring. Nothing good can come from this. So I'm gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track. The moment we've all been waiting for, punishment time. But Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me? Oh, heavens no, just because the Blackman is dead doesn't mean I can just snub in whoever old student I want. Did I tell you, I'm very particular about the bear times 1 rule. I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it all go to waste. For my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. Special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Okay, so Hina doesn't die. Okay. Oh, it's Alter Ego. Okay, that makes sense. Alright. Well, that's fine. Alter Ego did their job. You smashed the computer. I don't care. Oh, what'd the punishment have been? I just like Alter Ego looking around like, hey guys, what's going on here? Weird place I'm in. Excavator Destroyer. Honestly, good thing it's Alter Ego who's dying from this, because if this was a human, that would have actually been a little bit too gory for YouTube. Probably would have been a little bit too gory for YouTube. I might have had to censor it, so good thing it was a robot. You suck, man. You turned him into a hunk of junk. That was really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go throw up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at. Okay, this is a flashback. I'm skipping this. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. Anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out my mouth. How dare you? That was our friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Her friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. You killed him. That's what you call aminism? Where a soul dwells in all things, even like laptops? You can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
Finally noticed him.
Actually,
Finally, no. I knew about him from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop. I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all gonna play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew you're still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
I mean, the data in that laptop was, I guess you can call it a gift from me to you. Being more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey.
So of course I didn't care if you got access to it. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, you know, reformatting. That makes sense. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us, wanted to help at the risk of his own life, and for that he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better. Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing, and maybe it makes me remember that even every low can get even lower. This death wasn't meaningless either. Everyone who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad, like just unreasonably upset.
Well,
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Before that, need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left on Sakura's note. Huh? Do I have your attention? Okay, then here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. Or the thing, Hina, there's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it'll act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What, a clue?
Hina.
Spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been deep in spoiler territory. I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. You can't just stop the most important bit. Makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? Makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh? That's the whole point, stupid, is to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, Belle, please, Sakura's note. I can never have any you grease balls have it. But it sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this? What is it now? One last thing, one last line to note. Let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Oh, wow, that's a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you. Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say? Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know. Maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach the school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. What was all that about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's house. Yeah, I think I remember that, yeah. The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, the mastermind plant a bomb on us or something? If we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off? The bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. Oh, I feel awful just thinking about it. Can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo.
So the class trial is over and Monkuma's gone.
But
Now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up? Oh yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But, you must still feel responsible. Dial back the ego a bit, girl. What kind of mystery someone like you could pose absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
Never have lost that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured it out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times have you planning to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone to apologize to me more than once.
Sorry.
I see what you mean. Then, I'll try it. Huh? Totally wasn't normal, right? Just capture his flag.
No, 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 no!
Can't suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master. What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. I never go for a sleazeball like him. Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I call you a sleazeball, because you are a sleazeball. You know you still have a death wish. More biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, no, no,
Stop fighting with Master, you make me jealous. I want the abuse, give it, take me. Guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. That's just how it is for now. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, nighttime snuck up on us. After honestly a short class trial again. Nice ding dong bing bong.
As such, soon the doors to the... Okay?
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Wake up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-conscious. My eyelids were like lead. Chuck, what the hell are you doing in my room? This is my room.
Yes, it's me.
Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
How the hell did you get in here? In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. I see. Hey, but my door. It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked. Are you serious?
Hey,
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. Oh, spooky time. 3 a.m. Why does Kyoko wake me up at this hour? What the hell are you doing in my room? So late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? And Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. Data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. A data center. But I thought it was locked. Okay, I'm just gonna teleport there because I don't want to walk. The game isn't letting me teleport. Cool, I gotta walk there. Maybe you'll teleport me there. In a way into the half-hour school, into the after-hour school, I headed from the data center to the 4th floor, around the 4th floor. Eventually, I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. She made it maybe inside already? Put my hand to the door and with a certain amount of force, didn't open. Tried it again, but it must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Oh, what are you doing up, mister? Ah, breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Oh, well, I just... Trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? I can see that, you dolt. Don't waste my time. Tell me crap I can see for myself. Like it might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko. Now you two. Whatever, the two of you, just go back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey,
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, go on, get out of here. Shoo. So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So goodbye. Hold on. Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked, and then she shows up late and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all of that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, it's like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Yoko's right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in the school. The one they call the ultimate despair.
Huh?
Watch out for her.
What? Okay, you can't just end the chapter. You can't just be like, hey, there's 16 person here. Really? Alright. Chapter 4 is over. So there's just a... So you're gonna wait until after the 4th chapter to just tell me, oh yeah, by the way, there's like a 16 student this whole time that we just never told you about. Like, really? Well, I guess I'm gonna leave this episode of Danganronpa here. Finally got done with chapter 4. I guess in the next episode, we can start figuring out what the hell Kyoko's talking about this 16th student. And hopefully find out who the next victim may be out of our group. Because if I remember correctly, there are only 6 chapters in this game. Which means we're getting kind of close. We only got 2 chapters left. So anyways, I'm going to leave this episode here. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure you guys leave the like button, leave a like down below. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Keep in mind, it's totally free. You can unsubscribe anytime. And it'll help me get to 600 subscribers before the end of the year. And as always, I hope you guys did enjoy. And I will see you all in the next episode.